Hello and welcome to another episode of Murderous Intent. And in today's episode, we'll briefly discuss the case commonly known in Winston-Salem as the Olive Garden double homicide. Although not much information has been released in the case, what we do know is that John Gallagher III pled guilty to double homicide on Monday, October 25th, 2010, for murdering two workers at the local Olive Garden in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in July 2008. The victims would later be identified as Sean Gallagher, age 23, and Lori Fioravanti, age 24. What information we do have is largely speculation and is unconfirmed. Allegedly, John Gallagher and Sean Gallagher were childhood friends until late into their high school careers, until for reasons unknown, they allegedly had a falling out. Though I feel it important to note that it has been speculated that John may have confessed having romantic feelings for Sean, and that Sean did not feel the same way, thus ending their friendship. However, years later, while both men were in their 20s, John Gallagher would end up reconnecting with Sean Gallagher, who at that point was now married with children. However, soon after reconnecting, it was discovered that John had developed a serious drinking problem in trying to be supportive. Sean would try to help out John as best he could. What we do know for sure is that on the afternoon of July 15th, Sean was at work at Olive Garden when he received a call from John Gallagher asking to be picked up because he was too intoxicated to drive. Sean, however, did not have a car, so he asked his co-worker, 23-year-old Lori Fioravanti, if she could give him a ride to pick up John. The victims both drove to where John Gallagher was waiting and helped him to get home. Once inside John's home, a heavily intoxicated Gallagher would go to his bedroom while Sean Gallagher and Lori Fioravanti stayed in the living room talking. Allegedly, John then walked back out his bedroom with a gun in hand, where he'd then shoot Sean once in the back of the head, killing him instantly. John then turned his attention to Lori, who was subsequently shot twice, once in the leg and once in the torso. Lori would then pretend to be dead to stop the attack, and while John was distracted, would attempted to crawl her way out of the house. Unfortunately, she did not make it, as John then followed her blood trail and shot her an additional 3 times. Approximately 10 minutes later, John would call his father crying and confessing to what he had just done. John would then call the police and confess to his crimes. After being arrested, John would spend a little over 2 years in jail before pleading guilty to 2 counts of murder and later sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Police say no official motive was given in the slayings. Not much is known about either victim. However, a friend of Sean Gallagher contacted with WFMY News 2 to talk about the 23-year-old man who lost his life at the hands of John Gallagher, saying, "The last thing I said, I text messaged him around 5 and I said, 'Hey, are you still coming by?' And he said, 'I've got to get a ride for my daughter from Mount Airy, and then I'm coming by.' And I said, 'Okay, man, just hit me up.'" Kirk Ward remembered. But Gallagher never made it to Kirk Ward's house. The two were friends for years. Gallagher was Ward's best man when he got married and even lived with him for a couple months. He says Gallagher leaves behind 3 young children, saying, "I want everyone to know that Sean Gallagher was a great man, a loving father, a wonderful husband, and was so vibrant about his life. This should have never happened to such a young man like that." Ward said. Sean Gallagher and Lori Fioravanti left work thinking they'd be doing a simple favor by helping John Gallagher get home safely. What they could have never imagined was that it would lead to their deaths. Even when your intentions are good, there is always someone lurking in the shadows with murderous intent. This has been another episode of Murderous Intent. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'm out.